Hello!
Episode number 1.
Coming at you!
Yeah, a little nerve-wracking, not gonna lie. A little sweaty.
Super nervous.
So we'll see how long this goes, because normally I think it's gonna be longer. We're gonna have some coffees. We're gonna be different time of day. But this first episode is just kind of like, hey, we're here. We're doing the dang thing. And a little bit about us. So,
Yeah.
how we met.
So we met about, how many years ago would that have been?
So
2024. So we met 2015 around Christmas time,
yeah,
like holiday time, and we met working at Victoria's Secret. We worked together for then how many years?
I was on and off.
On and off.
So I'd leave and come back and leave.
So I have not been at Victoria's Secret for 4 years. You've been a little bit longer than 4 years. So we've known each other for a long time. We worked together at Victoria's Secret, like I said, and it was very much of a family culture. So we really got to know each other very well because we spent a lot of time together.
Every holiday, everyone's birthday.
Yep. Crazy nights, overnights, work.
Early mornings.
So, I mean, kind of, in a sense, grew up together.
Yeah, because Brooklyn was like, I think about 1-ish, 2-ish. So I was like 8. I would have been 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I had my 21st birthday there with y'all.
Yeah, and Sawyer.
So,
I would have had Sawyer.
Yeah, you had Sawyer. Yeah. I think he was like potty training.
Yeah, so Sawyer was a babes.
Because I was getting like potty training advice from you, I feel like.
Yeah, and Sawyer was potty trained about 1 year old, so 1, 2.
Yeah.
1.5.
And the girls there, like, there are jobs that people just don't, like, I feel like not everyone gets this job experience, and not everyone, like, could relate to this, but there's certain jobs where you legit are family. You do dinners together, you do potlucks together, and you're spending so much time with them, like, you're crying to each other, you're laughing to each other, you're, like, literally celebrating each other's birthday, like, as a best friend, as a sister, as a cousin, like, not just as a coworker. And they're, like, I got so much advice from so many different girls, like, stuff I have told you I think about all the time. Yeah. I don't even know if they would remember certain conversations that impact my life, like, however many years later, 10 years later.
Yeah, and we definitely had a great group of women. I mean, it was all women. I mean, besides...
So there was drama.
Straggler. Hey! I mean, yes, there was drama, but not as much as you would think.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't all fighting. Like, we truly were sisters, and we all loved
and
each other.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted everybody to be successful in life and at Victoria's Secret, so we just...
But yeah, it was much more than Victoria's Secret. It was really like life, and insane bonds were made there.
Yeah.
That are lasting forever.
And I have so many friends still from Victoria's Secret. Probably all of mine, because I went to Victoria's Secret, like, before I even moved to Appleton, because I'm originally from, like, Stevens Point area. So, when we moved there, I didn't know anybody. So, Victoria's Secret ladies became my best friends and my family. So, it was a good time. And then, step forward a few years later, and we were pregnant together.
Yeah, at Victoria's Secret. Yes. We were pregnant together. We have a picture of our bumps touching. Then I had Elena, and you had... Peyton.
And they are 4 days apart.
Yeah.
So
about to be 7?
Yes. Yeah, they're about to be 7 years old. So, like I said, we've known each other for a very long time. And, you know, we haven't been super, super close all those years. But, I mean, obviously, any time that we saw each other, it was right where we ended.
Yeah. Because we live life there. I went through my miscarriage there. After leaving there, I had Kenzie, but I worked a few shifts.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
a lot of life happened at Victoria's Secret.
So, after not working together for a while, how did I message you, or did you message me being interested in cheer? Then we reconnected
I
at
probably
cheer.
messaged you, or we saw each other out and about.
Oh, yeah, because where my husband worked was over by her house. So sometimes we'd see each other in the McDonald's parking lot. Hey.
Yes. Yeah, and we saw each other then.
Because I was like, come out on my boat. And you're like...
Yeah, she tried getting me to go on her boat. Like, hey, just fed my kids. I think it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. And
we were both getting Happy Meals. I was like, just bring the Happy Meals, bring the kids. We got extra life jackets.
Yeah.
Come on the boat.
I'm not a on the whim kind of person. And Tanisha's just like, let's go. I'm like, I can't. That's not me.
So then we hooked up at cheer, and the girls were in cheer together.
Yep, so Peyton and Elena are in cheer together.
And now Kenzie,
yeah. They started 2 years ago with cheer. So then we see each other every single week.
And in the fall, so fall of 23, we decided we were going to start walking together. And, well, okay, it was before that, because in the summer, right? Because I was training for the Tough Mudder. And I was like, I need to run. And then you said you ran you did run the Disney half.
Yep.
And so we, like, did a little schedule together.
That was 4 years ago, I think, today, that I ran the Disney half.
So I was like, I need to, like, do this running. I need, like, accountability. And you said you wanted to, like, get into working out, getting into shape. So we made a little plan. We made a little schedule. We would drop the girls at cheer because their class was an hour long. And we would go, like, around the block of where the cheer place is and do, like, run, walk. And then we would meet up over by your daughter's dance class again, doing run, walk. You would come over here, and my husband would watch the kids while they play. And we would do, like, running, walking all around here. Yep. And then we stopped the running, walking, but kept walking.
And we stopped because, we kept walking.
Because I did my race, but then I had, like, the flu or something. It was, like, bad.
Well, then it started getting cold out, because our winter I shouldn't say our winter, but cold came kind of quick.
And then when it got cold, we got our gym membership. Yep. And then started going to the gym regularly. My dad passed. R.I.P. Dad. Kept going to the gym more and more and more.
And then we just started seeing each other every day.
Yeah. And so we're like, hey. So that was kind of the thing. When we started walking, so that would have been last fall, we started walking and we're like, oh my gosh, like, all these moms look so great. All these moms look so put together. Like, and not just, like, the looks, like, what they have. Like, they have nice cars, and it seems like they have, nice, like, how do we get some of that?
And not only that, but they all just seem so happy. And just, like,
and having energy.
Life. Yeah, lots of energy.
Like,
and that's something we
said we wanted to try and figure it out. So slowly on our walks, because when we stopped the running part, when we were running, we were not talking.
We could not breathe.
But when we were walking, we were talking, like, oh my gosh, like, what can we do? Because then we talked about, remember going back to Victoria's Secret for holiday.
Oh, yeah.
But it didn't work because of the hours we were available.
Yes, because we wanted to go at, like, 4 a.m. while our kids were still sleeping.
Yeah.
Because we wanted extra money, but yet we didn't want to...
You don't
give away any time with our children, because we already were for working out, which we already feel guilty for, so we didn't want another thing. So we were just trying to figure it all out.
So we didn't want to leave the kids, but we did want to make more money. And then we decided, hey, let's try, like, posting stuff online. Slowly it got to this podcast.
Well, and honestly, like, us talking too, like, we would talk about, oh my gosh, I listened to this and this podcast this day. And then we started sending podcasts back and forth and, kind of just listening into what other people were doing and what we liked. And I think Tanisha's probably the one, like, who was like, let's start a podcast.
Yeah, probably.
And I was like, girl, you crazy. At first. And then I hopped on the train, and here we are.
So it's crazy. We want to really just try new things, like, hype each other up, hype, like, a community. starting some type of like accountability situation.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
We
that.
have
Something to hold us accountable to.
a lot of books that we want to read. We want to recap these books on here. So whether, I mean, we say they're amazing, go read them, or you just want like our takeaways or whichever,
or even
which
things
way.
that we just take out of our books that we're trying and, you know, just talking about. You know, there's a lot of things that we want to do better. I mean, being a mom, obviously, that's going to be probably our big topic of conversation, but also being a better wife. And then, like we talked about before, being happier, having more energy,
having a clean house, clean car is really like a big thing for me. I did so good last summer. I've always had a trash car. And last summer I was cleaning it every Friday, and then over the winter it's bad. It's bad again.
I mean, my family practically live in our car because we're bouncing back and forth from this sport to that sport to practice. So we have a lot. We got lots going on back here. But I do want to keep it clean because it's quite embarrassing when my kids open our door sometimes. So that is a big focus, is cleaning up our house, cleaning up our finances. That's another big thing that we talked about before, trying to make more money. So, you know, sticking to a budget plan, things that work, things that, you know, that are not super sustainable, we'll kind of talk about, and why.
Yep. We have a great book that I really love. Some stuff that she does and talks about money-wise coming up. And then not just the money too, but like I think a big thing for me right now is weight loss. I think when I was like super sad, you know, 2 years ago, and then whatever, I worked as a delivery driver for a little bit after Victoria's Secret. And then I was like super sad there because when you're a delivery driver, you're all by yourself all day. Like you have to keep yourself going. You have to keep yourself motivated, and you have to keep your thoughts like positive and happy. So I was listening to podcasts like way back when delivering to try and not feel so alone. Like I felt so lonely as a delivery driver, but I was in great shape. Like I just, you know, decided one day we're going to walk this half marathon, just walked it. Like really, I mean, I was a smoker back then. I wanted a cigarette and I wanted my McDonald's coffee right after, but I just like whatever.
Coffee's life.
So I back then was in like better shape, but my mental health was struggling. So when I went to this factory job that I work now, I was able to like really hone in more on books and podcasts and that kind of stuff, and also be home earlier for my children. But also I work earlier, so I need to sleep earlier. So it's kind of give and take there. But I, between quitting smoking and quitting my delivery job, gained like a lot of weight. Like I don't really know the exact number, but it's like probably 70 pounds. So now I'm ready. Like, okay, the mental is way better than it was. So we're going to get the physical back. So we have a meal prepping some whatever day during the weekend works.
Our schedule is crazy all over the place. We pretty much plan our schedule out on Sundays every week, Sundays or Saturdays, because they are constantly changing, you know, especially with new season, new sports coming up, things like that.
And then the week after next, like my girls have their spring concerts and art shows and all that. I mean, all the mom stuff. So we'll like rearrange our schedule for that and different sports and whatnot. So we love you.
Oh, love you. We're so excited to talk life with you and experience everything new.
Oh, yeah. So also I wanted our ad, like an ad kind of. We also started a Etsy shop on the train of Mega Money. So we're going to be posting shirts that are like sport mom, or like I want every sport on there. So we have hockey.
So it's your ultimate mom like fan shop.
Yeah. So cheer, basketball, football, volleyball, lacrosse, every sport. And then we'll also be having cousin apparel for each season. Right now, as we're like getting it up and going, I don't know that the seasons will be like totally, but by next, like the holidays after summer, we'll have each season all planned out and ready to go like a month or month and a half ahead of time. And then we are going to have our podcast not only on podcast platforms, but we're also be uploading videos to YouTube. So if you want to check us out there, you can subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Yeah. So then it's exciting. I'm excited to see what we do. The friends we make, the people we have impact on, and even like the impacting our families by, trying different things to truly be happy and figure out what fills our cups. So that will ultimately, benefit our families. And if we can share and even help one other mom not feel so alone like we were feeling, then major win.
Our first book is going to be Hustle, Believe, Receive. So we'll be reading that.
And recapping next week. It's Hustle, Believe, Receive by Sarah Centrella. And she's about future boards, like see it, believe it, receive it, like I guess that's the title of the book. But she really goes like in depth. There's journal prompts, homework assignment.
And there's a lot of examples. That's what I'm so far really, really loving about the book. So I feel like a lot of self-help books, like I don't always get it, but I feel like this one I'm getting with the examples. And there's so many different people to really be able to, base your life on to kind of feel it out.
So we will also be doing all the homework assignments, documenting, and then we'll be making the future board. We'll show our future board because we also, not only did we start a YouTube, we have a Instagram going too, and we're both each separately on TikTok. So I guess
we're
here's a plug.
in all ways.
So you can find me, Tanisha Parodic, at Instagram, at TikTok, and then we're MOMster No More on Instagram and MOMster No More on YouTube.
Yeah. And I'm Vanessa Kuhn. So that'll be on Instagram and TikTok. And then also when we talked about our mom fan pro shop, that's going to be called MOMsense Shop. MOMsense Shop. And I wanted to just also come on here and say that it's affordable apparel. Yes. So we really, really want to keep it affordable. I feel like I go on shopping a lot trying to find fan wear for my kids' sports, and it's just way too expensive. Yeah. So we want to keep it affordable with good quality as well.
And we won't be every size will be the same price. So it's not like, oh, you need an extra large or 2X, and it's like, oh, you have to pay $5 more for that. That's not what we're trying to do here either. So all the sizes, same price. What you see is what you get. And we'll be ordering samples and putting those up on our Instagram, probably TikTok too. So be watching for that. And should I say this part? I don't know. I met a mom at the park today and we talked about vision board, future boards, stuff like that. So then when I was like, oh my gosh, we get to announce that's our first book. So if she listens, hey,
mom at the park.
So, all right, guys, we love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.